seems like the backlash has finally hit these two, mainly for Shinsuke and Jinka, mainly. You know, Tama has lived for many, many years, so she is used to these kind of experiences. But no matter how many times she experiences, she never wishes to get used to it. It hurts her either way, Katawara or not. The ones that it hits the most is, as I said, is Shinsuke and Jinka in different ways, as you see these characters as they change throughout the story. Jinka is someone who seems to be self-centered, selfish, and only really cares about assisting himself and Tama, and looked down on humans and only cared for being a Katawara, loving Katawara. He was raised by Katawara. And now you see that he found that he still has some humanity no matter what happens. And he was able to cry for someone and feel sorry for what happened and still continue to defend humans no matter what. Jinka, on the other hand, was a guy who was always scared and afraid and weak. No matter how much he trained, he could never really get what he wanted. And this time, for the first time ever, it truly damaged him because this is someone he started to care for. Seeing die before their eyes, whether or not what the mountain's guardian said, whether she may revive or not, is a 50-50 chance of a possibility. And because of that, it impacted him, once again blaming his own weakness on how things are just being so messed up. That's his philosophy, where only the strong survive. And back then, it really was only the strong could survive because money and politics didn't really matter that much. It was everyone out for themselves. In that kind of mentality, you would seem to agree in a way that yes, only the strongest could survive in that world. But yet, Shinsuke is here. He is here despite being afraid and being weak. But now things are changing. He is constantly talking to a sword, realizing it talks, and it won't shut up. And darkness is slowly creeping in on him. All he's now blinded by rage. Don't think Shinsuke is ever going to be the same again, unfortunately. He's going through a phase right now where he has reached his breaking point, and now he truly wishes to change, and now he's forcing this change upon himself, of being angry and furious at everything, slaughtering anyone who's caused this trouble, whether it's from the monk area or even a Katawara just hurting people. Point case in this village. He goes in there to hunt down the one that's killing the villagers every 4 years for a sacrifice in order to protect the village. It shows out it's the same Katawara that led him there in the village in the first place. But he is slain down by that douchebag. Yes, that freaking douchebag. Reason, in a way. Or what Shinsuke calls him, which I'll call him from now on. Bagman. He is Bagman. He's carried around. Imagine just walking around with this bag, dragging it and stuff. And after this fight, we see that this dude is mechanical. He has an enhanced body, not a spiritually modified body, but a scientifically enhanced body instead. This Wiseman character, who shows himself again after his defeat, that yeah, this character is very expensive to create because it's science. In this world, everyone was more accustomed to magic or spiritual powers. But it seems that science is just now kicking in into that century, and only very few can truly understand it, which makes a lot of sense. And he says, don't kill him, he's expensive. But during that time, Shinsuke was getting devoured by its own darkness during that fight, when you see it, because the sword itself was trying to take over. But Shinsuke is so mad that not even Tama's illusions can work on him. He is so mad that even the sword that was trying to devour his consciousness lost. And Shinsuke says, no, I'm using your power. I'm sick of being afraid. And when he was finally able to win and finish him off, he was stopped by Shakugan's presence. Like, you don't want to do this, man. There was some sort of deep connection between those two. Anyway, he was there to save her at her lowest point. So I guess she is there to save him at his lowest point right now. His lowest point is him about to be something that she never wanted him to become. She believes that we can use more people like Shinsuke in the world who are kind and very sensitive, that they can understand other people, what it means to be weak. There's more weak people out there than you think. So because of that, Shinsuke, he kind of saves himself for now, which is good. He regressed a little, but he learned his lesson. Even at the campsite, as they were talking at night, as he's become so more comfortable in this new persona he has. He's even to tell Jinka off. How can you say you love Katawara, but yet you kill them more than anything? How can you say you hate humans, but you save humans more than you save Katawara? What gives? Your actions not match up with your words and stuff. You're just a hypocrite and stuff. And he is just spewing it at him. Because it makes sense, because Shinsuke, at least in lost sight, Shinsuke's entire point is him is becoming strong no matter what. He doesn't say what he has to do to become strong. He just knows that he has to follow these two in order to be strong. Well, that's his theory anyways. Jingo, on the other hand, has not been practicing what he's been preaching. So, yeah, he called Jingo out on that and stuff, so they just went to sleep. But things aren't just as happy anymore around the campfire. And then they finally made their way up to a mountain's pass where they meet Tengu. Yes, Tengu. I just don't understand why they call him Katawara in the show. I really was hoping they would call them demons or, hell, even yokai. It would make more sense to call them yokai instead of calling him Katawara, because yokai would make more sense, but whatever. Because you see two big freaking Tengu, and Tengu are very high class yokai in a way. So, whatever, man. And they're not even the strongest there, so apparently there's this mountain god there who has the answers that they seek. But for now, they must go deeper into the mountains in order for them to talk about what they need to hear. Because right behind them is the dragon and his son. And the son himself seems to be very powerful, taking out two Tengu in a matter of seconds by himself. It's really an extension to the power to the dragon himself. As in most worlds, there's always been two powerful creatures, mythical creatures, of all the creatures. The vampire from the west, and the dragon from the east. These two have always been like the strongest form of mythical creatures, because how powerful they are in their own unique ways. But right now we're focusing on the dragon right in here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on, what shocking revelations we receive next episode. I'm looking forward to it. And as I said before, I'm enjoying it. It just sucks that not a lot of people are talking about this niche series. But hey, that's what happens. Probably some years down the line, people are going to call this a hidden gem. And we'll see the execution. Probably jumping the gun here. But I'm betting people will call it a hidden gem later on down the road. That's how it usually happens to these kind of anime series. So anyways, that's like I got this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It did. Like, comment, subscribe. Of course, hit that bell icon. This is the Madcrownxox all anime. Signing out.